Now to sports development. If you've recently visited the National Stadium in Lagos, you'll agree that the state of the once pride of Nigeria's sports infrastructure is nothing to write home about. During a tour of the stadium, Governor Ambode declared the readiness of the state government to take over the stadium from the federal government and transform it from its present deplorable condition to a world-class sporting center.
This is the National Stadium in Surulere, Lagos. Aside from hosting several football matches until 2004, it also served as the main stadium for the 1973 All-Africa Games. But now, this is the state of the stadium that was once the pride of the country. Obviously dissatisfied with the decay, the Lagos state government has indicated its interest to renovate the edifice. This, the federal government has welcomed with open arms.
Your Excellency, we have gone round. We have seen the edifice is in a sorry state. The level of dilapidation is embarrassing. It can never be equated with our civilization as a people. And so whatever step that can be taken must be taken to address it. We have a disaster, and we must do everything possible to abate it.
The governor admits he is indeed worried about the sorry state of the sports complex that used to be a cynosure of all eyes.
We cannot fold our arms and leave this monument to just waste away like that. The last match that was played there was almost like 15 years ago. But the truth is this: the inner key to youth empowerment and youth employment is actually in re-establishing this edifice to its real world-class standard. And then you have layers of employment to our younger ones and even to create family bonding.
If the takeover eventually becomes successful, the sports minister speaks on how to ensure the facility is maintained.
For Lagos state government to sustain the national stadium, there must be a Lagos State Infrastructural Development Agency. This agency will be saddled with the sole responsibility of management of the National Stadium and all other relevant sporting facilities belonging to Lagos State Government.
With the tour concluded, it is expected that the Lagos State Government will expedite actions to restore the stadium's lost glory in no distant time.
The report by the Lagos State Fire Service that over 50 fire incidences were recorded within January in Lagos, especially around Lagos Island Business District, was shocking. To prevent any further fire disaster, the Office of the Special Advisor to the Governor held a forum with residents and operators within the district on fire prevention.
In this hall are representatives of organizations and traders operating in the Lagos Island Central Business District and officials of the Lagos State Safety and Disaster Management Agencies. Recent fire incidents recorded within this area necessitated this meeting for stakeholders to discuss ways to prevent and control fire situations.
We can't afford to have fire outbreaks. We cannot afford, because it may not affect just your building alone. It may affect other buildings, and lives may be lost. We've lost so many lives in the past 1 month in fire outbreak. We need the cooperation of both the formal and informal sector within the CBD. And there are some basic things that you need to put in place.
Carelessness and nonchalant attitudes to safety measures are identified as major causes of fire. Facilitators identified ways by which operators in the area can pay attention to strategies for preventing fire outbreaks within their environment.
I will advise organizations to always be careful. The major cause of fire occurrence is carelessness. Let them put the appropriate things in place. let them put the right fixed installations in place, and also train their staffs on outbreak of fire, organize fire drills to make sure that in case of fire, your staffs, you have capable men on ground to handle things. No fire starts big. Every fire starts at a very small state. But if the people around knows the right thing to do, they will put the fire off before the fire goes out of hand.
That small ball of fire will, grow bigger into a very big conflagration. Why we say don't resort to self-help is when you have fire, it does not cost you anything to call 112, and they won't charge you for calling and only to get there and discover that you have put it out. That's our joy. So rather than not calling and losing your property, it's better if you call and then you have already put it out before we get there. We would only come back and give you 1 or 2 other tips on what next to do when it happens. But that you should continue to want to do it yourself. Did you even have the training? Did you even know the background reason why this fire incident happened? The fireman told us there. Some, it could be because of electrical spark. What if you try to do self-help and you are electrocuted in the process? You have lost it all. When a life is lost, we are never happy.
My advice to them is that they take some things for granted. Imagine what happened within a skyscraper within the CBD a couple of weeks ago, in which we had fire outbreak, and surprisingly they didn't have a single smoke detector, no fire extinguisher, nothing. They feel it's not important, but these things can make you lose everything you have worked for.
Properties worth billions of naira have been lost in fire outbreaks within Lagos Central Business District in January. Regular stakeholder meetings like this could serve as a steady reminder for all concerned to be conscious of their environment.